Good morning, it's Mighty Friday, like Engelbert Humperdinck's Tuesday Musey, where he alerts his fans from around the world with a weekly update face to face. And so, because of that, I know him. I think this is a great man, and I think it's a wonderful idea to reach out to your fan base. So, this is my Mighty Friday. I should be in Switzerland today. I had it booked and it fell through because the flight to Switzerland out of London should have been today at Friday at 2:30, which they're 8 hours later now, so it's already dark time there. And so I would be in my hotel, but that flight disappeared, and I would be arriving in Switzerland in Geneva at night. And it was looking too much like a remake of my horror story in London 2 years ago. You can hear all about that by going to my YouTube channel. And it's very easy to search because I have an unusual name. If you search Roland Cox Channel, you will get my two channels. The older channel, which has the younger picture of me, has 306 videos that I have produced from location to camera to the editing desk. 122 subscribers, and my more recent channel, getting up to current, with 116 videos, 239 subscribers. And I think I have about 70,000 views. I saw that someplace. I thought it was a lot more than that. I looked at my calendar yesterday. This trip was going to be August 12th through 19th. I was actually trying to live out a voucher from British Airlines for a flight that I wasn't able to make. I had about a $700 credit, and I'm walking away from that. And on the 12th, I looked at my calendar to see what I was going to do since I was not in the air. And my calendar was empty. It was all about overseas. So I have a vacation at home. And I don't have that much money invested in it. I had a couple of hotels booked that I'm trying to see if I can get refunded. But if I don't, it's a small price to pay for a vacation at home, and that's really a good kind because you have everything you need, and the time is mine. And I'm sitting in my recliner in my family room, and I've got things that I'm accomplishing, and I'm enjoying that. So I have a birthday coming up in a couple of weeks. There's going to be my son has got some things cooking, and I think it might be a pretty big deal. You might think I'm going to be about 60, but no, I'm going to be 80. And it is so fun getting old because you get so much respect. I get respect. I mean, things that I did on the vintage baseball field that would have been just a tad below. I was just maybe a little bit below average as a player ability-wise, but for my age, I got applauded just for showing up. My best game was when my hero best friend, Chris Carlson, this was years ago, he was working at Jamba Juice, and Cindy and I used to go visit him after church on Sundays. And he called me one Sunday morning and said, I won't be there, so don't come. And he asked what I was doing. I said, well, I have a baseball game, a vintage baseball game this morning, so I wouldn't be coming to Jamba Juice anyway. And he says, oh, well, hit a home run for me. And I said, well, I don't think that's possible. And he says, well, what would you like to accomplish? And I said, I think maybe steal a base. I think for an old man, that'd be pretty good. And so he says, well, that's my wish for you. And that turned out to be the best game in 15 years of playing vintage baseball. I stole two bases, got 4 hits, scored a couple of runs, drove in a couple of runs, and I hit the dirt 6 times. And I said to our 22-year-old ace catcher, who was always dirty, I'm dirtier than you today. It was a proud moment. Oh, and on my T-shirt, you can see another of my heroes, Darcy Lynn, who is 21 now, and she's the world-renowned puppeteer that is just absolutely amazing. And I've seen her once. I didn't get to meet her, but I saw her show. And of course, my main hero, is Mason Ramsey. When I grow up, I want to be just like Mason Ramsey. He sings country and yodels. Fantastic kid. And I've met him several times. I've been to 4 of his shows, and I'll be going to more. Whereas Mason Ramsey, when I hang around him, he makes me young again because he's going to be 20 years old, not quite 20 at this point. My other hero is Engelbert Humperdinck, who is on the other end of the scale. He's 90 years old and out doing world tours, and I think that's pretty fantastic. So that's my Mighty Friday update for today, and I'll sign off wishing you a mighty fine day.